Uni started up again. Been in the field getting my colleges. Come on, bro. Every day. I need you to shoot every day. I don't think y'all did. Like, this has to be so TTG trained to go. I'm telling you. Like, man, oh man. You need, yeah, that nigga a psycho. That was crazy, bro. There's this hun at my church, and I really want to have a relationship with her. Should I tell her? First of all, loser, why do you want to be, do you even know her? Why would you want to be in a relationship where you don't even know her? Stop it, man. Let's have some standards. Let's have a vetting process that she has to make it through in order to earn a relationship and prove she's worthy of one. And if she's a quality woman, she gonna have that same shit for you. What kind of man is he? You want her to have that. Because otherwise, you just know she been talking to any other guy. And I ain't any other guy. So I need her to have some type of qualification to recognize the difference. If she can't recognize the difference, she ain't even meant to be fucking with me. Period. Don't let that fly over your head either. Chick told me why am I in her DMs but gave me her socials in person and was texting me. What? Send the screenshot, bro. Send the screenshot. Send the screenshot. You probably was talking about nothing and she said, why are you in my DMs? What do you want? Stop. Why do y'all scramble the stories like this? Come on, bro. Come on. Like, I'm not letting you get by with that weak ass shit, bro. Like, what are you saying, bro? Wish I went to a high school like yours. My school only got 2 bad Jones, and I've been going there for 3 years. Damn, I couldn't even imagine, bro. But why are you limited to just your high school? Would you go to school on an island? You know what I mean? Get a job. A job will put you right outside around people, especially if you can get it as like a cashier, like a mall or a big store or something. Yeah. Go get your reps up, my nigga. How to get over being lazy on not talking, lazy on not talking to a girl. What does that even mean? Because I'm introverted so much. Let me read it in your voice. Because I'm introverted so much that I almost every day I don't want to talk. That's how you sound to me. Why are you so weak? Get out there, nigga. Get out there, start shooting, man. My Ty Brutal, I have to be. Do you want to be strong or not? Really? Let me tell you something. Mara got motion with the big 4 months.
I was wondering where the ads came from.
Let me tell you something. This goes for anything. If you want to get really tough at something fast, really good at something fast, you need to be drowning. Like, you need to be suffering in the challenges. So if I had no idea how to approach women, how to talk to women, and I was starting from ground zero with all my experience, I was starting from ground zero and I knew nothing, it would be a requirement for me to at least come at 5-10 women a day. Period. A day. Like, I would just do it just to do it. Like, I like, you gotta get the reps in, man. I'm gonna tell you something. And if I could fix the quote, I think I'm saying it right. Y'all let me know if this makes sense. I want to put this in my book. But I don't know if I worded it correctly. Y'all let me know if this makes sense. People think that, or most people don't do something because they think they can't. But they actually can't do it because they don't. Let me know if that makes sense, chat. I feel like I got to reword it a little bit. Let me know if that makes sense. People think that they can't do something, or people don't do something because they think they can't. But they can't do it because they don't. Does that make sense, chat? Hold on, nigga. I gotta fix it. But that shit been cooking on my mind, bro. On God, it's been cooking on my mind. On God. I say it one more time. I might get it right this time. Most people don't do something because they think they can't. But in reality, they can't because they don't. Because anything you do over and over, or you do a lot, you now start to get the ability to be able to do it. Most people think the opposite though. Oh, I can't do that. No, you only can't do it because you don't do it. So how the fuck would you be able to do it? You don't even have the experience. You don't have the in progress. Nothing. That's why you can't. You can't because you don't. But most people don't because they can't. Come on, bro. Tell me if I'm fucking spitting, nigga. Who got quotes like mine, nigga? And as ghetto as me, bro. I'm like a modern hood philosopher, bro. I swear to God, bro. Tweet it before it gets stolen. You know you're right. I usually say that. I thought I said that on stream already. Most people don't do something because they think they can't, but they can't because they don't. Yeah, I forgot the day. All right, I got it. I'm telling you, I'm like Socrates with a do-rag, bro. Because in reality, they can't because they don't try. Should I do that? Should I feel like Chad's missing something, bro. It's missing something. It's missing something, Chad. Is it missing something? Should I delete it right now? Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up, Chad. We got a couple seconds. Hurry up. They can't because they never try, right? I feel like we should add that. Should we add that? What y'all thinking, Chad? Hold on. It's fine. Leave it as a mystery. Y'all gotta understand, most people are bots. They're not gonna get it. All right. Now I do my. I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you. When I said that to myself, I said, "Yo, I got one with this." Cause that's the reality of most situations. All jokes aside, I know we playing right now, but 9 times out of 10, you can't do something because you don't do it. Most people don't because they think they can't. I'll tell you, I was like, "Damn, this nigga spit. Oh my god." I stole your quote and tweeted it before you, so now I own it. Damn it. That's tough. I'm going to just have to clip the time with the timestamp and say I said it. Bitch. Now I won. You got to give more for the bots. That's what I feel like. I got to give more. That's the thing. Y'all know how by the time I say something on stream, a lot of times it do be a freestyle. I ain't going to lie. But that's because under pressure, like I'm very good at breaking things down. It's when I have to revise something and write. Like I got to work on my writing, chat. I don't write. Unless I journal or some shit. But I'm not a writer, bro. I got a mouthpiece. That's all I like. So, no bullshit. I remember I was writing an essay in high school, right? And I was working on it with my teacher. It was like a tutoring session, right? And that's because I was like, I forgot, wow. It was like a big paper. So you had to get a one-on-one session to get approval on before you go to the next stage of your project. So you had to get it approved. We hooping for real. I appreciate the team. What's up? And I was like, I can't come up with a thesis. And he asked me a couple questions. And then I said something. He was like, yo, that's it. That's your thesis right there. And I was like, what? He's like, what you just said? I was like, wait, what did I say? No bullshit. I forgot. I'm not a writer, bro. Like, and he was like, yo, you need to just start writing with text to speech. And I'm like, you know what? You spitting, but I was hard-headed and lazy, so I did not do that shit. Down Zeno, I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. You dig? What is your perspective on a good mindset to have going into an internship interview? First of all, be what they need. Be what they want, be what they need. Understand that. And then position yourself to give them that. Or present yourself as that guy. And then they'll hire you before you even leave. When I talk to girls, my friends, or people in general, I really don't have a humorous side. Come on, bro. Everybody got a sense of humor, bro. Like, I can't make funny jokes. What are you trying to be? Everybody's not the class clown, bro. Sometimes you got to be the dark, misunderstood guy. The popular loner. No, all jokes to the left, though, bro. You shouldn't live to entertain other people, bro. Like, I'm not even going to condone nothing you about to say. I can't make funny jokes or have fun with stuff like arcades or going out. The only thing I do is grind and have fun playing and focus on basketball and competitive things of that nature. How do I tap into that part of myself? I wouldn't suggest that you do. You ain't going to miss out on anything. You ain't gonna miss out on shit. Them same people that's having fun gonna be having fun for the next 20 years of their life, and then they gonna be old all of a sudden. They gonna be like, oh my god. Advice for success in school as a senior. You kind of already started senior year, but if I had to tell you some last second shit, start thinking about that next stage of life. You might have somebody to tell you the opposite, like, yo, it's your senior year, bro, have fun, ball out, you last year, you in high school. With all due respect, I'm going to just keep it a bean. Those are the people that probably peaked in high school. Like, their last time of remembering an exciting, fun life was high school. on the contrary, there are people who have had nothing but fun since they left high school. And I don't mean fun as in partying. I mean, they set themselves up in life. For me, personally, I never wanted to be younger. Why? Because the older I got, the more I had in life. I was working my own job, making my own money, doing things on my own time. I like my independence as an adult. But most people will look at that and say, oh man, I miss not having any bills and this shit getting hard. That's because they might be struggling with what they handling, so that's fucking it up for them. But once they stop like struggling, or they make a good move, or they advance their career, or raise their income, and then they could enjoy themselves a little bit, they would see that, yo, like I have independence. But it's kind of hard to see that when you like struggling under the foot of your life. And I'm not saying that as like a diss or like a negative thing, but I'm just saying you can position yourself not to struggle. You're still going to struggle grinding at whatever you're grinding, but it just hit different. It hit different when it's a part of your plan, when you're struggling for your plan versus like struggling because you're surviving. What do you think of women that say they're too much to handle or you can't handle me? She's making mistake number one that a chick can make with a guy like me is assume I'm like y'all. And I don't mean y'all as in y'all, but if you're one of the y'alls, then you're part of the y'alls. Because she's probably right. She's probably right for most men that she comes across. So she's only saying that or giving her opinion on that because this is just her experience. Most guys she meet can't handle her, but she's not talking to me. When it don't apply, you let it fly. You're not supposed to react to everything. It just shows a lack of self-awareness. Like if a chick called me ugly and I got mad, like that would be foolish of me. If a chick said I'm broke and I got mad, that'd be foolish of me. If a chick said I don't know, like if she said a bunch of things, I would be able to judge like that's bullshit. Even if true or false, like I know myself, so it's like I know what you can't say. You know what I mean? What you are saying, I know what you can't say. It's a subconscious way of agreeing. Exactly. When you react to something, you subconsciously say it's true. If it moves you, you either have low self-esteem, thin skin, a weak sense of self. You gotta work on that shit, bro. I'm telling you, I could say so much, and I would just look at it and feel the same way I felt before I heard it. And the could rank me highly, and I would feel the same way. I'm not moved by people's judgment and opinion. I'm Michael03. I appreciate the big 2 months. You know what I mean? And that's where you.
Moon.
That's where you get your power from. Words not supposed to move you. You are at the lowest level of being a puppet if somebody's words can move you. Somebody say something about you and it ain't true and you try to prove it wrong. Oh boy. And there's no real benefit to proving it to them. That's even worse. That's even worse. Because who are they? Who? What do that mean to me? Do it make what they say true? Do I know the difference? You know what I mean? I was about to say something. I was going to add something on top of that. I hate being bored. What does it mean that she's super... I was about to say something. I'm going to go watching this. What do you think? Oh. It was a quote I saw in the anime before, bro. I never forgot it. It was Baki. The old Baki, right? Now, Yujiro, one of the main characters. He's like one of the strongest creatures in the world. Not just a human, but a creature. Like, he's stronger than everything on the fucking planet, right? And the dude came to him and it was like... He was like, yo, Yujiro, Baki just beat some guy named Gaia, right? Baki just beat this man. And he's standing there, unimpressed as he was. He was like, And he said, Yujiro, they be saying Gaia just as strong as you. And Baki beat him. Right? Now Yujiro, still unimpressed. He goes, I would believe such rumors as well. First thing he said, I would believe such rumors as well. My critics always have faith in contenders until I reveal the truth. I never forgot that quote. I never forgot that quote. He cooked with that one. He cooked. My critics always have faith in contenders until I reveal the truth. Didn't even flinch. Didn't even fucking flinch. Oh my God, I never forgot that quote. That shit, nigga, I didn't jumped out my skin, bro. You ever do shrooms? Hell no. What people use shrooms and drugs to feel high of, that's my natural way of being. I did my spiritual work and do it every day. So when somebody say they got to use this substance to get somewhere, you don't need that. Now, if you already have and what's done is done, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But do not be fooled. Do not be deceived. And think you need a medium between you and your soul. That don't even make sense. I gotta read about it. And I'm telling you, he spit when he said that, man. And it just goes to show, a lot of context to it before. You know what I mean? Like a year ago, would you respond the same type of way with people saying shit or handle it more directly? I mean, false sexual assault allegations, right? Like, oh my God. Woo-wee. I don't even know, bro. Like, this is my thing. Your character can speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain shit a person would hear about me, and if they know me, they know that shit ain't true. Without even across the board. Like, if somebody said, yo, he did this and that, they'd be like, what? They just would know it was bullshit. Like, if a chick came out and was like, my dick small, I would laugh. Like, it would be so many, like, it would, the women that know me would be like, whose is what? Like, I wouldn't even have to acknowledge it, bro. But as sexual assault allegations is tough, bro. Like, that's like, take that shit to court, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I would counter sue if it, like you said, if it ain't true, counter sue that motherfucker. Like, really try hard with it, then I guess. I don't know. I feel like if somebody like reverse, like said that about me, oh my, the first thing I would have is like the fattest headache. I would just get this strong headache, like I would just get the strongest headache, like, oh my God, ain't no way. Because a lot of times people believe, it's nowadays public opinion is you're guilty until proven innocent, instead of innocent until proven guilty. So that's just the nature of the bullshit that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Don't you feel like there's certain indicators of when you're dealing with a woman who would make up false allegations? I don't know. I would bet that there is, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the idea of like, the worst thing you can do is do something creepy. Like, I don't know about false allegations, bro, but you could definitely do something like, yo, what the hell? This dude, like, he kissed her too fast, made a move too, like. But then again, it's a lot of those moves or advances can just be looked at like, oh, I'm not ready, and it don't necessarily have to be done in a way where it's like you just did some weird ass shit. So I feel like I don't know. I've never dealt with somebody that ever gave somebody. I don't know what that beast looks like. I'm gonna be honest. How can I describe this? At the first and foremost, it's probably the kind of woman who's trying to avoid some sort of consequence. Either she was cheating on her boyfriend, or doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing, so she does it to avoid a consequence in a situation. Or a woman who is vengeful, spiteful, right? And in both cases, I feel like you could see that in a person's character relatively fast, especially when you are the kind of person who has built up your discernment. And I talked about this on a Patreon call earlier, right? Or actually, this might have been Saturday, so earlier. And a lot of people don't know what discernment is. Discernment is the ability to judge well. Judge people's characters, judge people's words, judge people's actions. And you build discernment or good judgment the more honest you are with yourself. See, if you're already delusional, you lie to yourself, you masquerade in a facade, it's much harder to see somebody else bullshit because you're bullshitting too. But when you move real, when you move solid, bullshit can't even, it just, you smell that shit from a mile away. It could be in everything. A person's tone of voice, their eyes, it could be in so much. Now, mind you, you could be a good person and still be like kind of lying to yourself. You could be naive. Are you good because you're naive? Right? That's the whole argument of, are good people really good because they're scared to be bad? You know what I'm saying? You're not even good by choice. You're just good because you only know how to be good and you're too pussy to be bad or do anything wrong or think that it's wrong, etc. That's a whole another philosophical argument. But point being is that I feel like you could really predict that from a woman who's avoiding consequences. And the other thing I was going to say is, in a woman who, and I was like, how the fuck can I word this? Does shady things. I'm probably explaining this wrong. Y'all gotta let me fester. Y'all gotta let me cook this idea because it's not gonna make sense off the bat. I know it. I know it don't even make sense. But like, I'm trying to think of how I can describe it, because when somebody moves shady, I can't even describe. Like, it's just, you just see it. Like quick to like they start texting and then they like over here like this. Every time they flip their phone over, everything they do just fast and like sneaky and like real shady. Everything about, like, you know what I'm talking about? Am I describing this shit right? Y'all would have to know what a person like this to really be like, why everything they do just so shady and like slimy like vibes, like, and just be the littlest shit. It'd be the littlest shit. They might say something today, Brevin. They never mind. No, say it with your chest. No, never mind. Like, what? Or they like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm describing this correctly, but it's like, yo, if you know, you know. Right? They trying to hide everything. They moving so scary. They moving so like antsy and like, I can't describe it, bro. It's just a certain type of Yamin. When you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, bro. They slick. That's what they somebody that move real slick, slimy, sneaky. Cause they used to getting over. Which means that they're probably good at lying. They're good at finessing and manipulating. They are a master of the dark arts. That's what we can call it. Watch out for the masters of the dark arts. They're good at con. They could be con men or women if they wanted to. They're good at lying, manipulating, cheating, stealing, sneaking, masquerading, finessing. It's a word I'm looking for and I can't pull it out of my motherfucking brain. I think I said everything that's like relevant. All that. Conniving, right. And the thing about these people, right, being too pussy to be bad hit. No, it's the truth. Ray Bans, I appreciate the 4 months. Like, I mean, if y'all want to go there, because sometimes y'all find these conversations interesting. So y'all let me know. And I'm food for thought. It's always interesting to me. I'm a thinker. But we can get into reactions. We can do other shit. It's going to be a 5-hour stream. So we got, what, 1 hour, 19 minutes. We got like 3 hours and some change. We good, chat. Tell you something. Where do I want to start? I was about to say something. Being too pussy to be bad. Right? And it's just the idea that, like, a person can be innocent because they're naive. They can be innocent because they're neglecting aspects of themselves. They can be innocent because they're avoiding their shadow or their dark parts of themselves. And this is the kind of person, right, that doesn't understand that some shit is just natural and human. People can be evil. People can do wrong. You can make a mistake and still be a good person. You could fuck up, do something wrong, etc. Like, if being too naive to see the bad in the world or see the bad in others is just as bad as being bad. Because that's the kind of person who does not know themselves. So they might go through a situation or get tested and then do the worst shit ever. But it would be impulsive. It would be like an outburst of suppressed evilness. Versus the person who was already wrestled with their demons and is in full control of themselves. Their anger, their tongue, meaning what they say or what they don't say, how they think. And that person is more understanding and understanding and non-judgmental. Because they understand where that person could have come from. Or why they could have did what they did, even if they would have chose not to do it. They just have a better understanding because they've opened their mind. A big part of this level of evolution is looking at your parents as humans. and not as your parents, not as superheroes, not as perfect people, not as role models and representatives, but as the person that they are and who they chose to be. And if you're like living through this like facade of characters and all this other bullshit you be subscribing to, you not really genuinely seeing the world as it is. You seeing it in like some storyline in your head. A thing of a good indicator of a person like that is if they always trying to find a way to victimize themselves. No, they just can't take an uncomfortable truth, or they can't say what they need to say. But they're very good at saying what they know people want to hear. Always people pleasing, always playing it safe, always avoiding conflict. Because again, these kind of people don't understand the truth in situations. They think conflict is bad. Conflict is very positive, actually. Confrontation is a very positive thing. It can bring to the surface shit that needs to be brought to between the attention of two people. It's nothing negative about conflict. Now, arguing might be bad, but conflict and a disagreement is not a bad thing. And speaking your mind is not a bad thing. So oftentimes these people will be pushovers. They'll be soft-spoken because they only know how to do that. And they think it's something wrong with standing up and being honest. So that's the only thing they can do is lie or beat around the bush or be sneaky and hidden and very weak. And they're doing themselves and everyone around them a disservice. Long conversation, but I think that pretty much wraps it up. This girl had a reputation of being nice and shit. That's why people initially trusted her. But what you were saying about making allegations to defend yourself is spot on, because she started this because she kissed me at a party when I was her best friend's ex. See? To preserve her image, she made up them allegations. Now, I don't know y'all situation, so I can't take your word or her word. It just is what it is. But let's just take it for that, right? We'll do the worst thing ever, but everybody thinks she's nice. And it might be the girl that everybody, oh my God, she's so mean. But that's the girl who's a ride or die. She the most loyal ever. She would never betray you. She won't snake you. She just real. Right or wrong, she real. You want real people around you, Chad. You don't want that make you feel good or make you feel like life is so easy and just convenient. You want. I got quality people around me, dog. We go bump heads if we have to. We will literally bump heads. People think of disagreement as a bad. First thing that come to mind is the phrase, if you don't have anything that's good to say, don't say it at all. I know it's a lot of shit that just get indoctrinated in people's brains to be soft and weak. But you gotta realize, chat, everything that you think is bad is actually good for you. Life is so backwards. Being uncomfortable, being embarrassed, being ashamed, humility, vulnerability. Honestly, being selfish. We always told being selfish is a bad thing. Putting yourself first. What's so wrong with that? Nigga, it's my life. Who's supposed to be first in my life? It's literally my life. Like, if I'm not the center of my universe, who else should be? That's like a living person. Now, it's different. I'm talking about God, right? Or my sense of a higher calling or my purpose. That's something else. But it's even arrogant to call me arrogant for being arrogant. How dare you mind your business? So many people I'm telling you, so many shit that we was fed. No, you're supposed to, what does being humble mean? Who am I supposed to be humble to except God? Who are you? Humble to you? For what? For what? I'm telling you, it's always somebody I never had somebody who accepted themselves tell me how to be myself. Ever. It's always the people who are controlled themselves, who have been told who they should be, who then try to do that to other people. Cause I've never seen and say you need to be different. As critical as I am of weak shit, I just draw the line in the sand. Either you're gonna be a man or you're not. Either you're gonna approach her or you're not. Either you're gonna grow and evolve or you're not. I don't tell you do this or do that. I'm just saying what it is. I've never had somebody who fully accepted themselves tell me how to be myself. It's always somebody who just always trying to like, I'm telling you, pay attention, man. This would be a whole conversation though. What's the type of person you describe, like soft-spoken people? Well, no. Don't just take soft-spoken people. The point was somebody who's so naive or so, they can't be bad because they're so naive and they think that's a good thing. But it's honestly a bad thing because they're not authentic to the other side of themselves. They're neglecting what's called their shadow, all the bad thoughts that they can have, all the bad shit and wrong that they can do. And see, if the person fully understood, like, listen, I could be a bad person. I could be a really bad person, but I'm choosing to be good. That's the that you could depend on more, because they know full and well what their power or potential is, and they choose the better side of themselves. Versus that other person, they're only being good because they have to be. They're only being nice because they have to be. And that's what I'm saying. That's the Ray Bans. I appreciate to get this up. Sam the Impeccable with the big 7 months. That's the push come to shove. They'll do something low and dirty and evil, and it'll be so impulsive. It'll be so impulsive because they snapped. Finally, y'all, I appreciate the big 25 months, 2 years in the fucking building, you dig? I've been told who I should be and micromanaged my whole life. And again, that's just because maybe your parents think they doing the best and they know what they know best and and all this other bullshit. You just gotta show them otherwise. And one thing I wish I knew earlier in my life, people literally are who and what they are. Meaning, you might give somebody more credit or less credit because of their title or their relationship to you. When in reality, let's say you have a plan or a goal or something like that. Who are they versus a random stranger or this person or that person to tell you what you can do? Only you can do that. That's the only person who has that power. They can threaten you. They can put something over your head. They can try to belittle you. They can do all types of things to make you believe what they believe. But you can still choose to say, no, thank you. I am who the fuck I want to be. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I think how I think, and I don't care. Feel how you want. It's like when people get dishonored or disclaimed from their family for doing what they do. I'm not talking about you OnlyFans chicks. I'm not talking about y'all. But that's an example. Meanwhile, they're trying to tell you how to be happy through them instead of you finding your happiness through yourself. And then at the end of the day, what matters then? Really? What matters then? If I go against anybody and everybody and I'm happy, I'm so content, I love my life, hate to break it to them, but I'm the only one who matters. Because guess what? Somebody that genuinely loves me will support anything I do. You know what? I stand by you. You know what? You might have to learn the hard way. You might make a mistake. You might fail. You might succeed. But I support you. So I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm going to be here regardless. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my genuine opinion. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And you can do what you want to do. You know, that's genuine love right there. Freedom. What would it be if someone want to be free is harming himself in the process? You do more harm trying to control them. Because you literally can't. It's impossible to control another person. You can manipulate them. You can do whatever you do or try to do. But you're only doing what they allow you on some level. Either they're excuse me. This is why the best manipulators, I hate to even talk about this shit, but I really studied the dark arts, if we want to call them something. Because it's just my curiosity for knowledge and just in general, right? The most manipulative sociopaths and the most manipulative finessers and all that in the world, they understand the importance of selling the dream, of making it like you're giving a person what they want. Because at that point, they will allow you to do whatever you want. It's just how you package it. And at that point, it don't even look like them getting finessed. It don't even look like them getting schemed or them getting manipulated. It's almost like that manipulation or that finesse or that scheming or that plotting is what they need or what they want based on how you positioned it. Which is crazy. But top finessers, top manipulators, top evil understand that. It just is what it is. It's just how we work as human beings. We look for pleasure, not pain. So they feed them the pleasure. They feed them the positioning of that pleasure, and then they just use it and take what they want. And then the person is already still looking at the fishing hook, and they already bit it. How do you go about uncovering your shadow self? Think about one of the most obvious ways, right? Is think about what you hate and why do you hate it. Think about what you hate and why do you hate it. For example, right? I think of two for myself, right? One being money, like in greed, like a lot of money, like and correlating that with like bad people, and somebody who has a low amount of money and being intrinsically good, and feeling bad for somebody with nothing, and like or somebody with everything. It must be something wrong with them. It must be greedy. They must be blah blah blah. Right? That false assumption I used to have. And then another one is hating arrogant people. Partially because at the time I may have been downplaying myself or living and dimming my light. So when a person stands up and embodies theirs, it made that part of me that was in my shadow uncomfortable because it was being contradicted or being challenged. So it was up to me to go within myself and say, where did this belief come from? What is it rooted in? And is it really based on reality? And when you find out it's not, what is it based on? Where did it come from? Dissect it and get to the root of it. And then you'll realize, like, hold on. That wasn't it. I shouldn't have been thinking like that. I shouldn't have been believing that. Now, if it's not shit that you hate, right? Or that you claim you hate. Or that triggers you, right? Find out why it triggers you, what triggers you about it, and why you believe that. Let's say another way is to go through childhood experiences that you remember, and what's the emotion associated with those those experiences, and does that experience that triggers you, why, and what's the belief that comes behind the trigger? Like, see if I can come up with an example of this one. When my man said, I need a girl, bro, someone to talk to, what would you say to that? Sounds like a Tory Lanez song. But you don't. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs it. You can want companionship, but you don't need it. Shadow work equals forgiving yourself, going deeper. It's really about accepting yourself holistically. Exactly. That's essentially what I'm talking about. And until you accept or forgive yourself for whatever you believe in, you're still going to get triggered by it. You're still going to get whatever by it. Is it arrogance if others say it is, but to you, it's who you want to be, or is that delusion? If you're truly authentic, you don't give a fuck about anything you just said. Hey, I'm arrogant. That's your opinion. You have every right. You have every right to think I'm arrogant. You have every right to think I'm humble. You have every right to hate me. You have every right to love me. You have every right to dislike me or like me. I don't. That's not my business. I have no choice. That's your free will. I have every right not to care. I have every right to respond as disrespectfully as I want to. I have every right not to respond at all. That's the ultimate freedom of working on yourself and your shadow work and understanding who you are as a person. Everything just becomes so free. Everything just is like, it just blows off your skin like Superman, like a bullet shooting the Hulk with a bullet. Think about what I said earlier with the Woah Vicky situation. She did something like, she gave me an 8 or a 7 or whatever, right? Now, mind you, it was like something like, oh, we could be friends. I didn't feel no trigger to say, oh, the worst chick on my roster better than you. You ain't even better than my worst body. Or people in the chat like, oh my God, well, like I don't feel no need to do that because that's her opinion. That's the people's in chat's perspective and opinion. And I know what's true. I know what really is true in reality. So I can judge and perceive all the factors that a shallow person would be triggered by, moved by, and then move myself based on my principles or my standards, or whoever else, or whatever else. Whatever the situation may be. And this is such a pivotal skill. Listen, that's the strongest, almost mental fortitude you can have. Because at that level, you're a puppet. Without it, you're a puppet. I'd come to you and say, yo, you a bitch. And you're going to say, I'm not. Say it. Like, I can move you like a snap of my finger. All I got to do is say something. Meanwhile, anybody can say anything. And you'll let me say something to get you? Too easy. Lowest level of a puppet. Lowest level of a pawn in life. Easiest person to control. I'm getting more phone calls, chat. This is actually interesting. How do you get into shadow work? It's All the work you need is already there. It's in your life experiences.